want to talk about on educational management and development. Educational development and management. I'll majorly talk about on how to improve and develop on our education. And there are many questions that are asked by many people. How I'll improve my education. Many people have suffered much on when it comes to 844 system. But we know that there are many reasons and some of the drawbacks that makes us to fail much in our education. And some of the things that are very important and significant in our educational management, it is very important that you be very smart when it comes to effective study skills. Study skills is a very important thing and it should be effective, not just any study skill. We have so many study skills and some of them they are not good or they are not effective when it comes to education development. And it is very important for any student to be effective when it comes to management of time. Time management is a very, very important thing when it comes to development of our education. How do you manage your time and how do you use it? There are those who use time in a wrong purpose and there are those who use time well. And how to manage this time, you must be directed by a timetable. Always have a timetable that will guide you on how to improve on what to be done at what particular time. In any institution, you always have timetable, but those timetables are for institution. But as a learner, you need to have your own personal timetable that will help you on what to be done at what particular given time. And this will help you to utilize free time. Sometimes we have times that teachers are not in the institution, but you have to be effective when it comes to time management. It is very important for you to be active when it comes to timetable and creation of time. Number two, you have to be active in reading and note taking. Active reading and note taking. A good learner is the one who reads and at the same time makes summary notes. This is the best time to start making your summary notes in those subjects or in those areas that you feel that you have not worked very well or you are not familiar with them. Sometimes we get learners who read textbook like notebooks or they read them like storybooks. Even in storybooks you have to make some notes so that you can remember, even you can highlight some major points. So it is very, very important for you as a learner to make some notes and to note take whenever there is need or whenever you are reading any type of article or any type of topic. Should have an effective organization of work, effective organization of work. Always ensure that your work is organized. You're not just writing everything as a rough work, but what you are writing must be a reflection of what is expected as a student. As a student, always make sure that your work is neat. Your work is neat because that work will never award you or that work will never please you to go back and read whenever you are in need of it. Even sometimes when you write things that are not neat, you will not you will not manage good to get these books so that you can revise during exam time. Memory techniques. We have something called the memory techniques. Memory technique is a very, very important tool that we as learners and teachers use. And how do you memorize? You read several times an article for you to memorize it. Number two, we have some other formulas that requires, we have some concept that requires formulation. You come up with a formula that will help you remember what you have learned all that period of time. So always as a learner, make sure that you come up with a technique or a formula that will help you memorize whatever you have been learning in the class and outside class. Provision of examples and practicals is another thing. Provision of examples and practicals. It is very important for a learner to do some examples. Whenever I'm reading about a particular concept in mathematics, I love to go through an example so that I can understand how I can do more such a kind of questions. And also practicals. When you have done a particular work in class, sometimes you can go and do it practically. It is encouraged. It will help you remember more some of these things. When you talk about CBC, it is very easy for a learner to remember something that he or she has done practically other than the one that he or she has learned in theory part. So as a learner, you have to be very keen when it comes to issues of practical and issues of maintaining examples. Let me go to another part that is very important when you want to improve in your studies, that is going to help you earn more marks when you are doing. We have something called fostering growth. Fostering growth. That is number 2. You have to foster growth. We say that intelligence can only be developed through effort and perseverance. Through efforts and perseverance. If you don't have that perseverance that I want to know something, and and you are just relaxed, it is very difficult for you to succeed. You have to have that effort and perseverance to know more and more when it comes to a particular subject. If it is mathematics, do many questions as possible for you to succeed. So intelligence can only be built. Intelligence can only be built by effort and perseverance. And perseverance. Very important. We have resilience and embracing challenges. Always embrace challenges. Give your friend a question, your friend will come and challenge you with another question, and learning from failures. Learning from failures. When you feel like you have failed a particular kind of question, you should learn from it, because it is one of the things that are helping we as learners to come to succeed when it comes to performance. So it is very important as a learner to learn from failures, and you should always be ready to address any misconception. Address any misconception. It is important that whenever you see that there is any particular concept that you have been given that is contradictory to what you have learned, always raise so that more research can be done on that area, or correction can also be done in that particular kind of field. So it is very important that at any given point, always address any misconception that might come on your way that might likely contradict the knowledge that you have. For today, that is what I had prepared for you, and have a nice time.